Yo, what up, though? If you in the chat, say what up, though. Yeah. Yo. So waiting on some more people to come in there. Yeah. Let's agree to disagree tonight. Let's see what it's about. Let's see what it's about. Appreciate you, my boy Carson. What up, though? What is going on? It's your boy Mexico, coast to coast. Your host with the most. We here doing the thing again. We here for episode 3. And we're going to open it up with another thought this week. I'm titling this episode, what's the point? What's the point of any of this, to be honest with you? I don't know. I've been wondering. Put Anton up on the big screen. I was like, hey, there go that. He's still in it. All right. But for real though, what's the point of any of this? I'm thinking about that a little bit more this week, and not just like the AI stuff or just like the tech stuff. Like, I'm talking about everything. Like, what's the point of doing any of this stuff? You know, getting these cameras out and shoot, I got 2 Cosmos here somehow. Hold on. Let me see if I can get them right. Let me see if I get them right. Do it like that. Yeah. Shoot. Saying, no, what's the point of doing any of this stuff? I took all the time to get these lights and set the camera up and get this green screen background and figure out how to switch scenes in OBS and all of that. And I'm like, what was the reason for doing that again? Why they even go down this path? What was the whole point of doing any of this stuff for real? And I don't know, like, is this a show? Is this a hobby? Is it a cry for meaning? Or is it just me like trying to prove a point that I can build something before the world changes again? I don't know. I don't have a clean answer, but I do know this. When the noise gets quiet, that question shows up. And like, what's the point of progress if we don't recognize ourselves in it? What's the point of automation if it saves us time, but it steals our reason? What's the point of the signal if we're only using it to distract ourselves from the silence? So tonight, I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm just here to ask out loud so we can hear it together. Like, what's the point? I don't know. Cosmo, you a machine. I feel like you got AI and stuff built into you. You should be able to have some kind of insight on this. What you think, Cosmo?
Purpose is a pattern humans choose. and then refuse to measure.
Oh, I don't know what do you mean by that. A pattern that humans refuse to measure. And that's a problem. Because, like, if we could measure it, it wouldn't feel like purpose. It would just feel like a score. Excuse me. That boy Gilberto, what up, though? So, that's what I'm asking here. No hot takes or no performance, just honesty. What's the point for you? What keeps you building, even when it feels pointless? And if you don't know yet, what would you want it to be? My boy Gilberto, I appreciate you, G. Let's see. Reese2119 said to answer the question, both. I like Corey. I don't really know who Anton is, but I give him credit for standing his ground, minus a couple points, never answering the question. Yeah, them boys was dancing around the question. Anton, they want to answer the question for real. I feel like a lot of people have been talking about the whole Corey or Anton thing. I don't know, like I'll be watching the 5150 show. Like I would tune in pretty much weekly with them and, try to keep up with the show. But I don't know. I feel like they didn't even get a chance to really chop it up for real because they was just like going back and forth at what they misunderstood about each other instead of being able to build something or, really think about what was interesting between the two of them. They didn't even get to that point. It was just like, I misunderstand you. No, you misunderstand me. And then that was just the end of the conversation. It'd be like that sometimes. It is still just another couple hours here left on Martin Luther King's birthday. One time for Martin Luther King. I did want to pull up something that I thought was interesting. That I saw earlier today. Let me see. Let me pull this up real quick. Professor Black Truth had a really, really good video essay this morning talking about Dr. King. And I wanted to play some of that for y'all. We ain't got to watch the whole thing, but I at least wanted to get that first part out and show y'all what he was on, because I thought he made a good point there. Let me see where we at. Hold on 1 second, I got it here. All right, here we go. See, we got a couple viewers on the chat. Say what's up if you're in the chat, though. I'm getting this video pulled up for us here. All right. We're building it live. That's what it be like sometimes. Here we go. Professor Black Truth has some real talk to say about Dr. King. And you know how they be on there saying fair use. I'm presenting this to you under the fair use guidelines for education and critique.
Family and fellow soldiers, I'm the professor, and this is the moment of truth.
I think the biggest problem now is that we got our gains over the last 12 years at bargain rates, so to speak. didn't cost the nation anything. In fact, it helped the economic side of the nation to integrate lunch counters and public accommodations. It didn't cost the nation anything to get the right to vote established. And now we are confronting issues that cannot be solved without costing the nation billions of dollars. Now, I think this is where we're getting our greatest resistance. They may put it on many other things, but we can't get rid of slums and poverty without it costing the nation something. At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
Every January 15th, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, I make sure to begin with showing this video clip in particular. Some of you have never heard these words from Dr. King before, and that's because you don't know the real Dr. King. Not only have you never heard it from the white media, you never heard it from their bootlicks and haven't heard it from the civil rights retreads either. This is the real Dr. King, the one that they don't show you. They instead stick to just one line from one speech that he gave because they can distort that to fit their own agenda. You need to know the reality. The phony, passive, unthreatening version of Dr. King that the white media manufactured after his assassination, that's not the real Dr. King. That was a made-up version that the white media created so as to make him more palatable to the white masses because they knew that they had martyred the man, so he wasn't going away. It was also meant to mislead black people into thinking, oh, well, Dr. King, he wasn't actually trying to bring the system down. He wasn't actually in any shape, form, or fashion militant. Instead, he was just wanting for little kids to play together nicely on the playground.
But I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, I'm not one to lose hope. I keep on hoping. I still have faith in the future. But I've had to analyze many things over the last few years, and I would say over the last few months. I've gone through a lot of soul-searching and agonizing moments, and I've come to see that we have many more difficult days ahead, and some of the old optimism was a little superficial, and now it must be tempered with a solid realism.
Let me tell you something. They didn't assassinate Dr. King because he was unthreatening, okay? You need to see our FBA icon the way he actually was, and stop letting white power tell you who they want you to think that he was. Even your white liberal pals, even they wouldn't show this video. Far as they're concerned, it's better to have the Dr. King who was not so threatening, wasn't really making any substantive demands. Let's go ahead and invent that version, and we'll keep the real Dr. King under wraps. We gotta censor that.
Yeah. That boy, Professor Black Truth, man, he be going in. I ain't gonna play the whole video here because, you could just go to his page for that. I ain't trying to steal his content or nothing. I just want to highlight that because I thought that was deep. How they don't tell us about the real Martin Luther King. Yeah. So I'm taking some time here to say, respect to Dr. King. And respect to what he actually stood for. And I know I won't forget his words. He said, we coming to get our check. Everybody want to talk about I have a dream and, little black boys and little white girls playing together and all of that stuff sound like fun. But no, his lasting vision was he said, we coming to get our check. And it was that economic side of Dr. King that really had an edge to it, that really had people, the powers that be, saying, hey, we got to do something about this. Your 8-year-old son was talking about that today. Yeah. I mean, okay, that's good news. I mean, that means somebody, telling them what's really going on a little bit out there. That's what's up. Shout out to my little nephew. Tell him I said what's up. But yeah, we sitting here again. What's the point of any of this stuff, man? What we really doing here? I'm taking the time to figure it out. I'm just taking the time to ask the question out loud and see how people feeling. Let's see. What's interesting? I saw something else too I wanted to talk about. What else was it? I should have pulled it up. Let's see. I might have been at it for a minute. I'm going to go to a quick commercial break where I think about it real quick. I'll be right back after these messages.
In an increasingly complex world, people are finding new ways to stay balanced. Personal cloud is now part of the environment, available everywhere. The future is already happening.
Personal Cloud helps you retrieve what matters. For access, contact your IT department. Availability subject to reality.
Yeah, we back. All right. Just a quick little commercial break so I could reset for a second, think about where we at. I ain't gonna keep this one too long. We're about 19 minutes in. So let's see here. I ain't actually gonna show none of the Anton or Corey or what they was talking about, because they ain't even really talk about nothing. It was just going back and forth and being loud, and again, it was just both misunderstanding each other and never really even got to the point of the conversation that they were supposed to have. I feel like there's a lot of stuff like that going on where we get into these arguments and we get into these fights and stuff before we even get to the point. Just because we was on different ground or different understanding, what I'm thinking more about what we got to do to get people more on the same page. Like we ain't even gotta feel the same way about that page, but at least we could like be on the same page before we start going at each other. I don't know. I want to think about how we can fix that. I don't see nobody over on the talk. Do I got anybody over on the YouTubes? Let me see here. I'm about to pull up this Lakers game. Y'all playing around with me? Shoot. I don't know. I want to see what's up with my Lakers tonight. Say we got a couple people watching on YouTube. What's up, y'all? Say what's up. Shoot. Mess with me, I pull up this Lakers game. We ain't even gotta talk about nothing interesting. Hold on, where my NBA TV at? Think I'm playing. Hey, what up, though? Oh, I see you, mama. Mom just hopped over to the other stream. What up, though? Shoot, I'm about to pull up this Lakers game on here. Y'all think I'm playing with it? Shoot. Yo. All right. 1 second. We almost there. Password app gave me the wrong password. Hey, what up, though? Appreciate the gift. All right, let me see. Already got lead pass. Why are you trying to? Hey, what up, though? My uncle, too. He might as well watch my Celtics. He funny. We not doing that. I don't know. This dude tripping. Talking about watching the Celtics. Hey, that boy, LaMelo out there tonight, too.
LeBron wants to turn and spin.
I'm gonna mute it. Oh, they would have it on there. They got the restrictions on it because it's streaming. They already know. Like, nope, we not gonna let you do that. All right, because I was gonna try to go the legit way. I got it the legit way. But they ain't gonna do that. Should I pull up the stream? I got signed in and everything just to hit another security permission. Or should I just go chill out? I don't know. Coming back around to what we was talking about. What's the point of this? I do feel like, because there was like almost a point where I was like, man, I don't even know if I'm going to do a show this week. I might even skip a week. Or I might even crash the show altogether. Like, you know, whatever the idea of putting the show together was for. Like, I might even go back to the drawing board and figure out a new idea. I don't know. But, no, we here. We keeping it going. And I think part of what we building here is just that idea that it's the space for people to ask questions. Where, like, you know, all these other podcasts and all these live shows, they got something to sell you, or they got something to tell you, or what they telling you, they selling you, and all of that. And, you know, this ain't about none of that. This is just about really asking questions and seeing what's up with it, you know, and doing some exploration too. Because it ain't like we ain't got the whole internet at our fingertips. Like, literally, like right here, I can pull this TV down. And I got the whole internet at my fingertips. Like, whatever it is we really want to get at, we can. So, you know, being in these times, it ain't no reason for us to not be able to ask a good question and feel like a a well-formed question should be able to get a well-formed answer in these days and times. Appreciate the gifts there. I ain't hit none of my close-ups this week yet. See what's up with it though. I'm looking a little toasted. I might be. I ain't gonna lie. It's after hours, you know. I might have hit a little something before I came out on the show tonight. And I had to switch over to my hotspot. We still streaming though. We still up. It looks like I still got somebody on YouTube. It looks like the TikTok still kicking. Sorry about that, y'all. The stream did go down for a second there, huh? We back though. We back. I don't even know what I like, you know. I feel like last week I had like a better like message and presentation as far as like the question and where I want to go with it. Today I'm just for real like, you know, what's up? What are we doing? What's the point of doing any of this anyway? I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a couple people who like to tune in and say what's up. I feel like if we keep going though, it'll turn into a place where more people want to check in, you know, for themselves, just to see, you know, how you feeling. You know, this show could be that part of your week where you really get a chance to look inward instead of, you know, me trying to put so much content in front of your face and make you think or make you, you know, hit the like button and make you do all the stuff you wouldn't do if no one asked you to. I ain't trying to do all that. I'm trying to come up and be like, hey, you good? What's really going on with you? And if it's something we need to chop it up about, we can dig in. You know, we can say what's up. We can see what it's really about. Yeah. So yeah. My uncle said he's trying to watch the Celtics game. That boy tripping. Oh, we're reaching the 30-minute mark. I ain't got this to the point yet where I really want to have to make it last a whole hour or nothing like that. Not yet. That's something we're going to build up to. My hair will get a little bit longer first. I'm tripping out on how long my hair is on camera right now, though. I need the algorithm to send me out to all the hair care pages and all the people who care about hair care products. I ain't even got no hair care products I want to sell y'all. I'm just like, hey, what's up? Send your boy some samples. I need to figure out what my new hair care brand is going to be. It's still really growing. All right, y'all. What's the point of this? Again, like I said, I just want to get to the place where I can just, you know, open up the signal and let the transmission flow through, whatever it is for the week. And this week's version of that, I think it's happened. And we're going to dig a little bit deeper next time. One more time, shout out. Not even a shout out, just rest in peace to the legendary Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. On this day, we should definitely take some time to remember what he was about. He said, we coming to get our check. We coming. Other than that, it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna play the theme song one more time before I go, though, just cause. Here we go. One more time. We're gonna hit the theme song and then we out. The inflatable dancing man. That's funny. All right, I appreciate everybody who came through tonight. That's going to do it for this week. We're going to catch y'all again next week with more vibrations from the new organized world. Everybody out there, keep doing your thing. Stay curious. Ask questions. Seek the answers. Try to have a little bit of fun. I don't know. I'm still working on what my little closing scene is gonna really be at the end of the show. I've been trying some different things. I've been drafting some different stuff with the AI. I still ain't really figured out how it's gonna land yet. I'm gonna do something like that though. All right, y'all. We do this again next Thursday. Another week, another question. See if we can keep this thing going. Appreciate y'all. Hope all y'all have a good night tonight.